down again, am I? Not even when I get out of prison. He's gonna know why I was put away. And he's gonna hate me, and he's not gonna want to have anything to do with me.
Al is never going to hate you.
Oh, God, yes, he is. When he's old enough to understand what an awful thing I've done.
You will explain it to him, and you will help him to understand why you did what you did.
I'm not gonna be around to explain anything. I'm going to prison for God knows how many years.
This trial is not over yet, so why do you keep assuming the worst?
I can see it in their eyes. They think I'm guilty of sin, and I don't blame them.
Shh. You stop talking like that, okay? After what they just heard about what happened to you in the jungle, how you suffered, and how you gave up our son, they're seeing you in a different light, just like I am.
Are you ready?
I just wish I'd known all the pain you were going through back then. I'm so sorry I was responsible for it. There's only some way to make it up to you now.
Oh, you already have. You've been so loving and so understanding, and you've stayed with me. And you have been brutally honest when I need you to be.
After you confessed, I told you I'd be straight with you. And I have.
I know. I need you to be straight now. If you were a member of that jury, would you vote to have me convicted?
It's not a fair question, Gabrielle.
Yes, it is. Would you vote to have me convicted?
Deep in my heart, I know you weren't out of control the moment you switched those babies, so yes, I would have to vote guilty as charged.
Not you two.
You know, I know you better than anyone on that jury. And I am sure that you were concerned about Michael possibly committing suicide, and you wanted to keep your promise to Alicia. But I also know you did this for yourself, for your needs. And they were more important to you than anyone else's, especially Brenda's. You acted selfishly.
Yes, yes. And I have been tormented by it.
Yes, yes, I know that. And then you did the right thing. You confessed your crime, and you got Michael to give Brenda her baby back. You accepted the responsibility for your actions.
Okay. How many years do you think they'll give me? 10, 20, maybe?
None, I hope.
But you just said that you would.
I said it wasn't a fair question to ask me because I know you better than anyone on the jury does. And I'm not on the jury. John gave a great defense. And I am hoping the jury buys it because I think you deserve another chance to prove yourself. I'm looking at a new Gabrielle Medina. I like what I see.
Oh, do you?
I'm proud of you. I am very proud.
You mean everything to me. Your faith and trust and belief in me is all that I've ever wanted.
Listen, here. I better get back to my chair before the judge comes back.
What was all that about? What did Max say to you, darling?
He said the best thing he could ever say. He's proud of me. He believes in me. I can face anything now.
All rise.
Well, I told the judge everything.
And have you rested?
Be seated.
Actually, he and Herb decided to put the whole thing on the back burner until after this trial is over.
Order in the court. Mr. Callison, you may proceed with your summation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, there's only one possible verdict in this case. One verdict. One verdict that serves justice and lets the entire world know that this community will not tolerate the sort of crime perpetrated by the heartless woman you see before you, Gabrielle Medina. Could any of you forgive a woman who stole your baby? Your beautiful little baby? Could you forgive her if you understood the only reason she stole your baby was to get herself a rich husband? Well, that's what she did. Exactly what she did. She took another woman's child. She picked up Stephen McGillis, placed him in Garrett Grant's bassinet. She stole Brenda McGillis' little baby and rode off into the sunset with him. And now, after she's been caught, after she's confessed her crime of her own free will, she has an inspiration. She figures that she can avoid punishment by claiming she wasn't in her right mind when she switched those babies. But she was in her right mind. She was in total control of her emotions. And for all the sorrow and all the regrets, beneath that troubled soul, there lies a cold-blooded heart. Some of you were moved by her testimony. I know that it's understandable. But I ask you to consider the very real possibility that you were manipulated. I urge you to review the evidence very carefully, and find the defendant guilty as charged. Thank
you. Mr. Russell, your summation?
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I must say I'm a little confused by the district attorney's remarks. See, my client has never denied switching the babies, and she's taken total responsibility for her actions. Ladies and gentlemen, right here in this courtroom, you've seen her suffering. You've witnessed her anguish here. You've watched as her heart's been exposed like a raw nerve. And you've also watched as that heart has been battered by one man, Max Holden. You've seen his actions. You've heard his words, 1 minute declaring his love for Gabrielle, the next minute denying it, taking her from happiness to misery, and finally to the point where she gave up her one and only child for the love of a man. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, could any of you withstand being torn between such denial and fulfillment? How many of you know the feeling of being loved and then being totally rejected? How many of you know the pain of loving someone the way that Gabrielle loved Max Holden? Well, those of you who can understand that, you can understand how she was reduced to living a life in constant desperation, how it tainted her judgment each and every day, including the night that she switched the babies. That night, she lost all reason. She lost all control. She went over that edge that you and I all walk, into insanity. And that is why the law allows a plea of temporary insanity. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you must, in this case, you must come up with a verdict of not guilty due to temporary insanity. Thank you.
Judge Carland informed us during the last recess that he will open the court to TV cameras. So we now bring